Hey, justice-seeking people of faith.
I'm Christina Wright.
And I'm Vicki Flippin.
And we're the co-presidents of the Board of Directors for the Methodist Federation for Social Action.
We're here outside of Philadelphia at the Pendle Hill Retreat Center, just finishing up our spring board meeting. And we want to share with you a little bit about what we've been up to.
MFSA adopted an intersectional organizing principle in 2015.
Christina, remind us what an intersectional organizing principle is.
As Audre Lorde says, there's no such thing as a single-issue struggle because we don't live single-issue lives.
Oh, so intersectionality means we recognize that all forms of oppression are interconnected and we have to work for liberation for everyone simultaneously?
Yes.
So we committed to intersectionality in 2015. And in 2016 at General Conference, in response to incidents of racism, we released a statement confessing and condemning the sin of systemic racism within our church and progressive movement.
That day we also committed to increase racial diversity among our leadership and to educate ourselves on anti-racism, bias, and white privilege.
Since then, recent events in our nation have reminded us that white-dominant institutions,
like the United Methodist Church and the progressive movement,
have consistently chosen to ignore the continued reality and consequences of white supremacy in our society.
All of that brings us to today, outside of Philadelphia this snowy weekend, where our board met with facilitators from Crossroads Anti-Racism Organizing and Training to explore together the history of systemic racism in the United States and how, if we're not intentional about living differently, we will continue to perpetuate the white supremacy that builds the foundation of this nation.
We started out our weekend together grounding ourselves in Scripture, stories of Jesus the rebel, tearing apart structures of domination, and stories of Jesus the revolutionary, building communities grounded in revolutionary values of radical hospitality, fierce love, and enduring hope.
And then we did the hard work of self-reflection and analysis about where our white supremacy and racism showed up in our own organization, and that it's not enough to just value diversity. The only way to be faithful followers of Jesus, the rebel and revolutionary, is to resist and dismantle white supremacy by building anti-racist organizations, and that's what we've begun to do.
This commitment to becoming an anti-racist organization requires us to be really intentional about how we understand leadership.
Last year, we made a strategic decision to hire Deaconess Darlene DeDominic as a full-time, intentional interim executive director to partner with us on this journey.
And we look forward to taking this year to discern what kind of staffing model will allow us to take this transformative step.
So stay tuned.
Follow us on Facebook and sign up for our e-blast.
We'll be sharing resources and opportunities to learn and be a part of this work with us.